This is going to be the tutorial for teaching you how to create the granny square, the miniature granny square. So if you were interested in making, for example, a pixelated blanket or just multicolored blanket with many different colored miniature granny squares, this would be what you would use. So what I do is I start with the magic circle, and I use a 5.0 millimeter hook. I'm going with a standard weight 4 yarn. I'm going with a light color yarn, so hopefully you can see my stitches. Okay, so I don't start my magic circle in the traditional sense. What I do is I wrap the yarn around my finger once and then twice, okay, and I leave a decent tail for weaving in, okay, and then you put your yarn, you put the hook under both hoops of the yarn, wrap the hook on the second thing of the yarn and pull under the first hoop of the yarn, so you look like this, okay, and then you go with the hook under the main strand of the yarn over, and grab it with the hook and go through the existing loop that was on your hook. So now you should have a small knot in your yarn that looks something along these lines. That might have been a little confusing, so let me show you one more time. I know the magic circle can be kind of odd. So you wrap it around your finger, not too tight, otherwise your hook won't go under. So wrap around your finger, hook goes through both, grab it with the hook, pull under like that, yarn over, pull through, okay? Now you have a little knot like that. Now you pull your finger out and hold on to the tail portion and the hoop. Now you want to do single crochets. So put your hook through the hoop and yarn over, and you want to pull through the hoop so that you have 2 loops on your hook, and then yarn over and pull through both loops on the hook. That is a single crochet. Now you should have 1 loop on your hook. That is your first single crochet. You want to do that 5 more times. Go through the loop, yarn over, pull through, 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over, pull through both loops, single crochet. Do that 4 more times. Three, 4, 5, and 6, okay? And make sure you count them just in case. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And once you're done, take the tail and pull your magic hoop tight. Not super, super tight quite yet, just tight so that it's not wide open anymore. Okay, so now what we're going to do is do 2 single crochets in each of your single crochet that you just did. Okay, so starting with this very first one right here, you see the double loop. You're going to take your hook. I don't know why I keep saying hoop. Take your hook, put it through both threads of your single crochet, yarn over, and pull through. So now you should have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through. That's the first one of 12. Do that again in the same single crochet. Go through both loops of the single crochet, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. That's 2. Now you need to do that 10 more times. 2 times in each of your single crochets. Yarn over, yarn over, pull through. There you go. Yarn over, pull through. Okay, that is 4. Next single crochet. Through, yarn over, pull through. Okay, that is 6. And so on and so forth. That's 8. Oops, I lost my yarn there for a moment. That's 10. And that is 12. And be sure to count, just in case. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, perfect. Now you want to take your tail and pull it the rest of the way, nice and closed. Make sure you don't break it though. Nice and closed. All right. So now we're going to go into the first single crochet in the round, the one right in front of the one we're working on currently, right here, right next door. Go under it, yarn over, pull through. We're not going to do a single crochet though. We're just going to go keep the yarn hooked under and pull through. Okay, we're going to have a single, so that we have a single loop on our hook all the way through. Let me show you that one again just in case. Okay, so we have, this is where we were. This is the 12th single crochet that we had made previously. We went into the neighboring single crochet, the very first one we'd done in this round, yarned over, pulled through, and continued the pull through into the hoop that we had on our hook, so that we did a turning chain essentially, and we closed our round. So now we're going to do a chain. We're going to do chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. Yarn over. Now we get to do the fun part. We're going to do the double crochets. This is what makes up the majority of the granny squares. So yarn over, go into the neighboring single crochet, go through both loops, yarn over, and pull through. You now have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through 2 of those loops. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops. You have 1 loop remaining, and that is a double crochet. We're doing it again. Yarn over, go through the next single crochet. Again, you make sure you go through both loops of that double crochet, of the single crochet, excuse me. Yarn over, pull through, you have 3 loops. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, and pull through 2. That is your first chunk of granny square. Okay? So now we're going to do another triple chain. So chain, chain, chain. Now we do another piece of double crochet. So yarn over, next single crochet, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and then pull through 2. There we go. I think I said pull through 2 a little early, but you should be getting the hang of it, I hope. I do apologize for saying it a little early there. Yarn over, go through the single crochet, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2. All right, so then you have your next chunk of the double crochets. We're going to chain 3. Make sure your tension is nice and loose. And then we just repeat what we just did for both of these sections 2 more times. Bear with me here while I finish this. Make sure your yarn is always nice and loose, otherwise your tension could get thrown off with that as well. Okay, so now once you do your last chain 3, you're back at the beginning. So you count your 1, 2, 3 of your chain 3s of the very beginning, and you're going to take your hook and go into the 3rd chain right in the middle of it, okay? So that you can see the double braid on the outside. Right in the middle. Right in the middle. 2 stitches on the outside. And you take your live thread, hook it around, and pull it through. And then you pull it through the loop that's on your hook as well. Yarn over, and then you're going to do a chain 4. Not a chain 3 this time, a chain 4. Because the chain 3 is the last piece of the chain for the double crochet of this section. And the chain is actually going to be the connection for the 2 pieces between here. It'll make more sense once we finish it, but we'll see. So make sure you do the 4. So then you do a yarn over, and then we're going to do a double crochet into the gap here. So put your hook into here. Yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over and pull through. So now you have a double crochet into that little gap. And you want to do it again, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Okay. It's the same thing, we're just doing into the gaps instead of the single crochets. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Alright, now this is the fun part. This is where it starts to take shape. This is where it starts to actually look like a granny square afghan. We're going to chain 3. Now some people chain 2 in this section, but I chain 3. My grandmother taught me when I was very young to chain. She taught me how to crochet in general when I was very young, but she taught me to chain 3. And that's just how I've done it. But some people chain 2, and they find it more comfortable in this general spot here to chain 2. But if you want to do 2, that's fine. If you want to do 3, that's fine. I just find 3 to look better and to actually flow better. However you do it is completely fine. I just prefer to chain 3. And then once you do your chain 2 or 3, then we're going to do more double crochets. Back into the gap. And you just scoot them over as you're going. Just grab the bottom a little bit lightly with your thumb and just scoot them over. There's no right or wrong way with the chain there. Whichever, it's just a preference matter. So then you have 3, the chain, and then 3. See? And then you just scoot them a little bit so that, they're evenly spaced. And then you have your little corner. And then you do a singular chain. And then you repeat. Yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. And then it's rinse, repeat. Yarn over. One second here, my yarn is kind of knotted. All right. And like how I showed you how to do the chain 4, that's how you would continue with rows. This will be actually my last row because this is the size I actually want my granny squares to be. Let me show you real quick. This is the size of how big I'm making them, but you can continue with whatever size you want them to be. This is just how big I'm making them, but if you want them to be bigger, you just continue with the chain 4. You just continue making them as big as you want them to be. You do the chain in the middle, and it's rinse repeat. I can actually show you real quick before I end the video, though, how to add colors if you'd like. It's actually quite simple. Let me just finish this up here really quick. Just adjust those so they're even. Make sure your yarn is nice and loose so your tension doesn't get thrown off, like I said earlier. If your tension, is a little thrown, it will take, practice to get your tension nice and even, but it's not the end of the world, because especially if your square is getting bigger as you go, your tension will, even out. But you can, try to wash them and then do what you call blocking, where you wash them and then lie them flat. That does help them sometimes. Especially, it's good to, practice your tension if you're working on garments, because then if your tension isn't proper, then the garment won't lie proper on you. So it's good to practice your tension early. But alright, here we're almost done, so let me just finish this up really quick here. I just heard my husband come home too. But alright, let's see here. We're almost at the end. So then you would do 2 here instead of 3 because we're at the end. See, so we do 2. And then you would count your 1, 2, 3. This is where we did the 1, 2, 3, 4. So we count 1, 2, 3. And then you would go into the middle again with your double braid on the outside. Hook over and pull through all the way again. And leave yourself enough to weave in for a tail. And get your scissors, go ahead and cut that off. Alright, pardon me here while I reach across the camera. What I like to do is tuck that in right here. Alright, and so now I'm going to show you how to attach a second color to your granny square for if you were going to do a larger multicolored afghan. This is an important skill to know because, you know, multiple things are going to require you to attach multiple colors. It's just general knowledge, good to know. So then you want to take your hook and your already started square, get your second color ready, and it doesn't really matter where you start the second color, so you can pick a spot on here where you want it. I'm going to start it right here, so put the hook through the yarn over on the second color and pull through. You got a little hook here, little loop on your hook, yarn over and pull through. So you got that, okay, and then you're going to chain 3. So then what I like to do is take the tail, kind of wrap it forward. I'm going to scoot this over a little bit so it's at the edge of the little gap here. I like to take the tail and just wrap it in the front so that as you are doing the stitches, do the double crochets now, as you do the stitches, it kind of gets wrapped up in your stitches and doesn't unravel. Then do your 2 double crochets, okay? Do your single chain. Now you can put your tail back on the other side for right now. And do your 3 double crochets. Oops, I lost my yarn. 3 chain. Scoot them over a tiny bit. And 3 double crochets. Okay. Then do a single chain. 3 double crochets. Single chain, 3 double crochets, so on and so forth, all the way around. Okay. Just about there. All right, last side. Okay. Whoops, lost my thread again. Okay, so then once you do the last set of your double crochets, do your single crochet, go into the middle again like you did all the way down the beginning, pull through, chain 1, 2, 3, and 4, because again you're going to use this as the last piece on this section, so that's how you that's how you join colors. Thank you for watching.